NBC to serve up the biggest reality show prize ever. 30 years later, Dan Rather goes back to the battle in Afghanistan. Plus, Conan and Kirsty's Battle of the Bulge. And all of the sports TV news. It's all ahead as the TV news starts right now.
This is the TV News, the industry's only daily video report, brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative needs, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.
Welcome to the TVNews.TV for Friday, November 20th, and here are today's top stories. NBC is serving up the biggest prize ever for a reality show winner. If you've got the culinary prowess, if you're ambitious enough, if you're tenacious enough, and if you're lucky enough, the winner of the United Plates of America will win a chain of 4 restaurants, each eatery located in a selected U.S. city. Wow, you know, that beats a selection of Sarah Coventry jewelry and turtle wax. Now, the United Plates of America will be produced by the team that brought you Top Chef, and so far, no premiere date has been set. And for more details, log on to HollywoodReporter.com. 30 years after his indelible reports from Afghanistan with the Mujahideen, Dan Rather has returned, this time with the U.S. Armed Forces. Have a look.
We're in Kunar Province with the U.S. Army. As part of our ongoing coverage of Afghanistan, we'll have a full hour on where we stand in Afghanistan on Dan Rather Reports, HDNet, in coming weeks.
No exact air dates have been set for this series of Dan Rather Reports on HDNet, but you will also be able to access Dan Rather Reports via iTunes. The thought was that the ever-lovely Heather Locklear would boost the tanking Melrose Place ratings on the CW. Well, this week, ratings did indeed climb, but not enough to get MP out of the ratings doghouse, notching a still anemic 1.5 rating. Better luck next week, Heather and the CW. Fox Business News has struck the mother lode in inking a carriage deal in the New York metropolitan area with Cablevision. This will effectively put Fox Biz into 3 million exceptionally lucrative suburban homes in suburban New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and will allow FBN access to corporate decision makers who commute into New York City. For more details and reaction, log on to broadcastingincable.com. And finally, Conan O'Brien is fighting a sort of battle of the bulge. No, Conan remains fit and trim, but after making some weighty jokes at the expense of the, more often than not, very chubby Kirstie Alley, well, she pushed back big time, and Conan just couldn't resist the urge to respond. Take a look.
Kirstie Alley's apparently mad at me over some jokes I made about her weight, and yesterday on Twitter, she said that I act like she bit my penis off. Which is absurd, because my penis is not on the Weight Watchers diet, ladies and gentlemen. It's not.
Okay, good luck, you two. Maybe you can both go out to lunch and make up while you, I don't know, chew the fat. Oops.
The Sports TV News is brought to you by Store & Associates, sports and entertainment marketing specialists. Log on to storeandassociates.com and start connecting with sponsors and consumers.
Every Friday, we hit you with the Sports TV News here at the TVNews.TV. The Sports Business Journal and the Sporting News have combined forces to create the list of whom they believe to be the best active sportscasters in the biz. Now, tops on the list is CBS college football analyst Gary Danielson. Number 2 is Chris Collinsworth, with Al Michaels bringing home the bronze. And now, we invite you to take a look at the rest of the top 10. And if you want the complete list, all 25, log on to sportsbusinessjournal.com. Last weekend, Michelle Wie finally won her very first LPGA title, and that has had a nice ripple effect upon the Golf Channel. The final round of the LPGA Lorena Ochoa Invitational shot a .72 rating, and that is the Golf Channel's second best rating for a round of LPGA golf for 2009. And that's a 60% improvement over last year's final round of the same tourney. Congratulations to both Michelle Wie and the Golf Channel. And finally, remember when the TV news railed against ESPN for clamming up tighter than an entree at Grand Central's Oyster Bar regarding their coverage of the Steve Phillips sex scandal? Well, now, a month after the fact, our position has indeed been reinforced by ESPN Ombudsman none other than the very legendary Don Ohlmeyer. Ohlmeyer went public with his commentary on ESPN.com, chastising your source for sports, writing, and I quote, "While ESPN was center stage, the network itself made a choice to provide minimal coverage on its platforms," unquote. And, I quote again, "You," meaning ESPN, "give them," consumers, "doubt to believe you," unquote. Well done, Mr. Ohlmeyer. You are indeed an icon of the sports TV industry. And ESPN, thanks for taking these criticisms public. You've just taken a big step back toward redeeming your journalistic integrity.
Future events and opportunities brought to you by Sando Communications. Sound judgment, solid credibility, and superior results. This is Sando Communications.
It's a fact. TV decision makers are logging on to the TVNews.tv, and you can now communicate your message to them like no one else in the trades can, in video. Hey, that's our native tongue. To get started on being a sponsor of the TVNews.tv, drop us an email at advertise@thetvnews.tv, and we thank you. Today is your very last chance to win a free registration to the 2010 cable show and get a free hotel stay in LA. Just come up with the best name for the official Dalmatian of the 2010 cable show. You'll take the prize. For your chance to win, email your best name right now to thecableshow@ncta.com. And that about does it for this edition of the TV News. We'll be back on Monday with the only daily video newscast about the TV industry for the TV industry. And that includes our regular feature, The Big Picture. Now, we'll be talking more with Uber marketer Robin Fisher-Rofer about gearing up for TV everywhere. Until then, you can connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And finally, if you missed any editions of the TV News this week, you can catch up in our archives. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. Thanks for watching, and go out and make it a great weekend.
The TV News has been brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative challenges, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.